Shuttle 14 Papa, turn right, heading 180.
Right, 180, Shuttle 14 Papa. Hello, good evening, I'll tell you 79 Alpha.
I'll tell you 79 Alpha. I'll tell you 79 Alpha, turn left, heading 060. Shuttle 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27 left.
Right, 245, call you localizer established 27 left.
I'll tell you 79 Alpha, turn left, heading 360 degrees.
Hey everybody, welcome to my channel called ZooPF Visual Effects. My name is Lobo. This is a tutorial visual effects channel. For those of you who are new to my channel, if you actually enjoy that first 45 seconds, please like and subscribe. It always helps me make more video like this. And for those of you who are actually visual effects artists, I hope that this tutorial helps you guys create something even more cool down the road by learning a few tricks and trades here and there. That being said, before we start, you guys need to download a folder that is located under the description tab. In that folder, this is what you're gonna find right here. Two folders. One is a Corvette KITBASH and one is a Corvette Easy Build, and that's the one we're gonna use to create this ship here, but everything can be created using the Corvette KITBASH as well. That being said, this is what we're creating right here. In my first tutorial, we created this jet fighter plus a cockpit that actually goes into the jet fighter. So if you didn't see that yet, just look back through the other two previous tutorials. That being said, let's get started. Alright, I start a new composition and we're just gonna call that Corvette. Also, that's not what we want. Okay, I'm gonna bring this and put it in my Corvette tutorial composition folder. Let's create, we gotta click here again, go to layer, new, solid, same thing, call it Corvette. Click enter. We're gonna keep everything at 1080p for the sake of the tutorial, very important. And go to video Copilot, element, and if you did it right and you put your KITBASH folder under your model folder, it should look something like this. KITBASH and Corvette KITBASH, but I renamed it Corvette KITBASH. Might look different. Well, actually it's the same thing. Never mind, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. Okay, that being said, let's get started. And you can bring everything from here if you want to create your own stuff too, but like I said, the other folder is where we're gonna bring things. So in the cockpit tutorial, I created some KITBASH for you guys too, and the jet fighter also a KITBASH for you guys. Okay, download all those, guys. It's free. Just do it and enjoy it. Alright, let's move on. Import. We're gonna start in our YouTube folder, Corvette Easy Build, and I want you guys to start with the front part. So let's do that right now. Okay, click OK. Once we get here, let's go to our group folder right away and call that Corvette Master, as in for master folder. Obviously I don't know how to type, so let's move on. And in that folder, we're gonna create a new folder and just call that front body. Let's move this in here, and you might be asking yourself, hey, why does it have colors? Well, I took it to Blender and color ID'd it so that I could take it down to Quixel and do some put some textures on it extremely fast and easy. So that's why it looks like this. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to reset everything, but you guys are more than welcome to keep the colors in if it helps you see what you're doing. But if you still can't see what you're doing, just go here and click on ambient occlusion, and it helps you see better and it gives you that realism as well. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and do that because it's fun. Alright, once we're here, we're gonna create some gribble right away. So just go ahead and click Ctrl D to duplicate, open it up, and let's shut off the first two. And what's it gonna do is gonna shut off this mesh and this mesh here. Okay, so if I unclick this one, that's exactly what it looks like. Okay, we just want the outer hole. click Control D again, and let's go back to the first one. And actually, what am I doing? No, that's not what we want. Go here to scale, and let's take it down to 105. 1005. That's awesome. Click enter and just move it down like this by clicking this right here. Okay, we were right here and we want to go right here. So make sure it's the size that you want, and that looks about right for me, and I'm just gonna move it right there, and Control D to duplicate, and we're just gonna create 3. Okay, just like that. And if you wonder how I was able to click on the middle one so quick, just click your right mouse button. Okay, took me a while to figure that out, and one day I did it by accident and I just went, whoa, awesome. I didn't know that I could do that, but I was pretty excited because it saved me so much time. Alright, that being said, this looks good. Let's close this up. Create a new folder and we'll call that front body. Let's go to import, same thing, go to front ship part, go to your OBJ file, and it's going to be color coded too, no worries. Click here, click shift, rotate in increments, and let's just shrink this down to 75. Bring it out and just bring it up like this, just like that. It's already centered pretty well, so that's okay. And 75 looks good. Okay, once it's like this, I immediately going to reset that, but you don't have to. Control D and just bring it down. Okay, and boom, just like that. And then Control D and click here, click shift, rotate in increments, and we're gonna bring it to the side, just like this. Okay, just like that. And move it outwards like this. There you go. And what we want to do is take it down to about 65. I'd say 65 looks good. And once it's here, Control D and just move it to the side like this, just like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Alright, once we're here, let's create a new folder, and we're just gonna call that side body. Well, let's do side bodies. Bodos. The reason why I can't spell is I didn't turn the lights on, so I can't see where my fingers are on my keyboard, so I'm typing, guessing what I'm doing. Okay, so side bodies, let's go to import and side center part, that's what we want. Bring the OBJ in, click OK, and there it is. It looked like this, and that's what we want, but we're gonna bring this down to about 80. 80 is too big. Let's do 70. 70 looks much better, and we're just gonna push it back to about right there. So once again, immediately I'm gonna reset that, and let's go and create the gribbles right away. So duplicate, let's take that to about 75. Go here, there you go, just like that. And make sure that's something you want and you like. Mine is not gonna look as well as the other one. In fact, it's not at all, so might as well just be honest. It's a tutorial and I just want to show you guys how I did it. It'll be up to you guys to make yours look pretty awesome. Alright, once it's like this, it looks good. Let's just keep it. So let's create a new folder and we'll just call that left, because you always want to name things from the rear front, not front rear. And just throw that in there, and then we're gonna duplicate that and just call that right. Okay, don't know how to spell. And what we're gonna do now is we're just going to click here and just move this center point to this one here, and just lock it. Create a new folder and it's called that rear. Click enter, and we want to import our rear part. Let's do a rear one, bring it in. And I'm sorry if I'm going really fast, guys. My tutorials have a tendency to be extremely long, and I want to be able to walk away from that. Once we are here, click here, and let's move it up, and let's drag it about right there. That looks pretty good. Yep. This folder, I'm gonna create these windows, and you know, if it takes a long time through the video, I'm going to fast forward this part so it doesn't take forever, and you guys can just see how I did it, and just reduplicate that wherever you feel a window should be. Okay, very important. Bring this back here. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna click here, zoom in, see what I'm doing. Now, let's say if you actually made this ship in a software like Blender, your windows would actually be not created in. Your windows would actually be painted on the texture. Okay, and that's pretty much how they do it. It's the best way to do it. It's the easiest way to do it, unless if you have a scene that requires you to have a scene where you can see actors through a window, then that window would be specifically created for that. Okay, so there it is, and now all you have to do is you go down here and you take this down to 50%, and there it is. Okay, there's your window, it's created. Okay guys, so check this out. I created this first one for you guys to see how I did it, but please do the same thing for everything else, okay? Because this is a tutorial, I'm not gonna go through each and every of these windows. By creating the first one, you get to see how I did it, and the rest is up to you guys to create your own windows. Okay, let's move on. So from the rear, we are going to continue to import some real OBJs. Let's not bring number 2, but let's bring 3 and 4. Let's bring it back here and see what it is. All right. And that piece goes down. Okay, it goes down here like this. There you go. And once again, I'm going to immediately reset that. And let's continue to bring our real OBJs. Alright. And this one goes right there, but we're gonna flip it around, and I'm going to immediately reset that. I'm going to throw it in here. I'm gonna zoom in to see what I'm doing, and it's okay if I'm covering windows. Alright, now what we want to do is duplicate this one over and over again. So make sure you guys put all your windows in first, okay? Put all your windows in first before you duplicate, so you don't have to redo all the windows for every other mesh. So make sure you finish everything you need to finish first before you duplicate. But since this is a tutorial, I don't need to do that. I'm going to immediately move things where they need to move, so you can see exactly how I did it. Click on this icon here and just shrink it so it kind of matched the rear here. Okay, once again guys, mine is not gonna look perfect because this is a tutorial, but I expect yours to look unbelievably amazing. Let's click here, there we go, and alright, that looks pretty good. I'm going to Control D and bring this back up here like that. Alright, so in my original ship, I don't have anything back here, but for fun, alright, just for fun. Boom, let's bring this back here, and what we want to do is let's just go ahead and shrink it like this, and we'll just put an engine back here too, okay? And boom, just go like that. That looks pretty cool. Alright, now let's go ahead and duplicate that middle one again, and this will be our control. So we're gonna bring a control here like this, just like that. That looks pretty cool. Alright, and I actually want to shrink that like this. Okay, so remember, because you guys already put all your windows in, it's gonna look cool. You're gonna have windows everywhere with light, okay? And that's what looks actually really cool on a spaceship. So alright, once we have that like that, let's just go ahead and move in our engines. So let's create a new folder and let's just call that engines. Click enter. Let's bring in our engines right here. Click OK, and let's bring it back to see what it looks like. And it looks like this, and what you want it is from the other view. So flip it around and like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to actually bring this KITBASH number part 16 and I'm gonna put it in here. Okay, so let's go and do that right now. Once it's right here, then we can just go and do it this way, or you could have done it that way to begin with. All right, up to you guys. Now I want to make this a little thicker and I want to bring it back inside, and I want to put it about right there. We're going to eliminate that. This is going to be our engine light. Okay, so go to your presets, go to physical. When you bought Element 3D, the physical is part of Element 3D. Okay, so double click on that and there it is. It's our engine right here. So what we're also going to do here is we're going to click that, make that 0.5, because when we click on glow in Element 3D, it's gonna glow, but if you do too much, then it's gonna have too big of a glow. I'm gonna reset these right away. Okay, let's close everything up and let's actually create a new folder, and let's just call that engine 1. And we're gonna have to rename everything as we duplicate our engines. So right now it's right here. So what I want to do is I want to bring this and I want to put it right there and click that once again. Once it's like this, we'll start it and we'll just throw that in the center. There we go. And you guys can go all the way down here too if you want. I'm gonna put mine about right there. Okay, so now it's just a question of duplication. There you go. Okay, that takes care of the engine. Pretty cool, right? Let's quickly click OK just to see what it looks like. And this always seems to happen to just save every time I do this. Let's go ahead and do full. Go here, new. Let's start with the camera first. Let's make the camera 80mm so it creates the illusion that the ship is very long. And go here just to see what it looks like. Pretty awesome so far. I like. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go down to our render settings. Let's go ahead and click on ambient occlusion. I'm gonna crank this up to 4 and click on shadows. Let's make that 4K. Go to layer, new, light, keep it at 300, 500, cast shadows, watch the magic. Pretty cool. Make that 2 views, and in this view we want to do from the top. Okay, awesome. So what you need to do is I need to click this and make that active, click this and make that top. And once I'm here, I simply want to change my light direction. Okay, not what I wanted to do. Alright, I think but right there is pretty good, but I think our ship is bigger than what it's supposed to be. That's why I don't know. It's not bad. Okay, that looks pretty good. I just want to be able to see what I'm doing. So by creating a light and some real shadows, it gives you depth and also allows you to see things better. So go back to 1, go back here, and let's just move the camera around to see what it looks like. And that looks pretty good. So. And if you click on glow, your engine lights are gonna glow. Yeah, it's a crazy glow right now, which is, that looks pretty cool. And let's keep that crazy glow going. So just so you guys see what it looks like. And it should be the same thing also, you know, on the windows, okay? So as you can see, the windows are glowing too. Alright, so once again, this ship that I'm creating is not gonna have windows because I already showed you guys how to do this for this one, and all you guys have to do is duplicate for everything else that you want to. If you wanted to block these out like I did in my my of the ship, all you guys to do is bring another mesh and just rotate the mesh at the angle of this mesh here and just put it in there, okay? And that's how I blocked it, to give it that cool look that there are actually 65 million windows and just not a whole entire long one. Okay, I hope that made sense to you guys. Now we're gonna work on this part of the ship hull and also the door, so let's take care of that right now. So let's go ahead and create a new folder, and we're just gonna call that doors. And let's go ahead and import our doors. There you go. Let's bring the door out. Click this to see what we're doing. Let's go ahead. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to bring it down, and we're simply going to do a full rotation here. And we're just going to close the doors. Boom, just like that. So you might be asking me now, hey, how did you open your doors and close them? Guys, it's simple. Just use the auxiliary channel, okay? So when you click on a mesh or on a folder, you should be seeing this right here, auxiliary animation. Just decide which is which. So for this, I'll say for the top one, I'll say channel 1, and for the bottom one, I'll just say channel 2. And when you click OK and you go to the specific group that you were, you go to aux channels, and here are your channels. So I'll show you right now what it does. See, just like that, okay? And that's how you open it and you close it, just like that. Hopefully that makes sense to you now. And this is how you animate in After Effects using Element 3D. You animate through auxiliary channels, okay? Let's go back in here and let's go and close that. But let's go and not delete, but just undo it for now, because we got to bring our whole jet hulls. So let's go and create a new folder, and we'll just call that jet hull. Click enter, and let's go and import it, and it is right here. Click that, click OK, and let's just go and bring it out really quick, and let's do a full rotation. Okay, so I did not click shift. There it is. So what I want to do for that too is I'm just going to create the windows for that really quick right away. Let's go ahead and move this back inside, but first click here, bring that center point here, and let's just move it inside just like this. Click here so we can go inside of the hole and see what's going on. I want to bring this down to about right there. That's how I had my other ship looking like, and that looks pretty cool, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna cancel, reset these out just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my, wow, you know what, I'm gonna turn this on. I'm gonna click OK. I'm gonna move this back so you guys can see for yourselves what it looks like on the inner. Since I'm already here, let's just go and open the front one, and let's go and go to channel 2 and open the bottom one, and there it is. Okay, it looks just like this. Pretty cool, right? Yep, I think so too. Alright, so that's how we create our whole entire ship here, a Corvette. Alright, from the engines to the rear body to the front and to the inner hole here. And so, you know, I had some gribbles that I put right here, and I'll show you exactly where I grabbed the gribbles. The gribbles just came from the KITBASH, okay? So let's go back here, KITBASH, Corvette, and I just use this for the gribbles. So I'm going to go ahead and move this up here, and I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm just gonna rename it Gribble, and I'm gonna click enter, and I'm gonna throw this in here. There it is. And then all you do, guys, is just Control D. All right, just duplicate that so it looks like this. Okay, so when we click OK, there it is. All right, so that's pretty much how I added my Gribble to that. And to be honest, it was time consuming. Okay, that's why I don't want to spend all the time here to do it. I just wanted to show you guys how I created the gribbles here, so you guys can do the same thing for the sides, the bottom, and everywhere you feel like GOPRO should be attached to, okay? And same thing with the windows, guys. But remember, before you duplicate anything, make sure all these have windows first, and then do Control D to duplicate, so that it saves you a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of work. All right, so two things we need to do is we're just going to attach some weapons to that, and once again I'm just gonna do one of each so you know how I did it, and then we'll go into texture really quick, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and do here, we're gonna do create a new folder and just call that weapons, and we're just gonna create a new folder within that, and we're just gonna call that gun. All right, and let's import the gun and cannon. I'll call it cannon. So cannon part 1, cannon part 2. There are two parts to this, so let's go and bring the first one first. Bring it up and click normalize size. There it is. That's the first part. Okay, once again everything is colored ID, so when it's time to texture it's super easy. Now let's just go and bring the second part. Click this and again click normalize and just bring it up and just flip it around. Okay, and it's just a matter of you know, just resizing so it fits properly, just like that. And once again, mine is not gonna look perfect, but please make sure yours do. This is a tutorial, it's just me showing you how I did it. Once it looks pretty good, then you go down here and you make sure that it fits properly. All right, so let's just go ahead and put this one right here, just like this. And I'm gonna fix this really quick because it's driving me kind of crazy. Properly centered makes my life so much easier. Alright, once it's like that, click here so we're right zoomed in, plus we are pivoting around the mesh. Okay, so once we're right here, let's just go in and put this right here like this. Alright, so that takes care of weapon 1, and all you guys gotta do is then just do Control D and duplicate that and literally put any weapons you want to on this ship. Okay, you saw mine had cannons everywhere because I think that just looks cool, a ship that has cannons everywhere and missile launchers. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and bring our missile launchers, create a new folder and type in missile launcher. Oh my goodness, typing import, there it is, turret. For this one there's only one OBJ, and gosh, that makes my life so much easier. Click normalize and it's gonna be enormous. Rotate. Where did I find these weapons? I found those on CG Trader, and a lot of super talented artists love to leave things for free for us, and I want to thank them for doing that, because gosh, it takes forever to, you know, create anything, and for them to do that for us, thank you so much. I really appreciate them doing that. Okay, alright, so same thing, I'm immediately going to just reset all of these. Okay, and when I'm gonna go back to my Canon and I'm gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna take it back to After Effects, and we're just gonna see what it looks like. Once again guys, I want to make sure you guys understand that I'm just showing a few things here and there. I'll be up to you guys to go ahead and get super crazy with this. Alright, so let's go back into After Effects, and boom, there it is. Here's our weapon. We got some real shadows coming through too, and that's pretty much how we did this, you know, through my cheat kit bash of the ship. You guys can actually create it very quickly. Okay, alright guys, let's go in and texture right now so that we will get this ship looking almighty fly. So let's go and go back to our scene setup. Let me explain something to you guys really quick. Okay, in the folder here for each of these, there is a specific texture for it, because I unwrapped each specific mesh properly using Blender, and I took it into Quixel. That's why all these are color ID'd. Each of these folder has the texture for it, so don't put a texture that does not belong to the right mesh from the wrong folder. Make sure you put the right one in so that it fits properly. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and do the front really quick, and let's just go ahead and bring that in. Okay, so the front is, let me find my folder first. So the front is right here. Okay, so each of these texture specifically correspond to the front. And once again, I'm gonna make this very clear. I did not unwrap this manually. I just let Blender do it because I was time constrained. It's the tutorial. I didn't want to have to go through that. So I just said, Blender, unwrap it for me. And so when Blender unwrap things for you, it doesn't usually look good. And so all you see is just a whole bunch of triangles. But if you do it yourself, then you can actually unwrap the whole entire ship properly. But that takes a lot of time. Just think of this ship right here, cut it in half, and that's what your unwrap should look like, okay? But I didn't have time. No time, so I let Blender do it, okay? That being said, let's go ahead and start texturing. We don't see anything right now because I need to unselect these right now so that you guys can see the inside. Okay, see, it's texturing right now, which is perfect. Now go to your gloss, go to your normal, and here let's go ahead and do glossiness at 50 and multipliers at 70. Okay, so because I unwrapped it and I took it to Quixel, the textures match the mesh, alright? And so this is very important. If you have time, do it this way. If you don't have time, just throw a mesh on it without unwrapping and it doesn't matter. It's up to you guys. Okay, now let me show you what I was talking about to make sure things match properly. Okay, so let's say we want to unwrap this, so let's turn it on right now and we click diffuse and we use the same one from the front part. Look what happens. Okay, it's not gonna work, so that's why you have to make sure that you are using the proper folder. So this one was the front ship part. Let's go to texture and watch what happens now. Okay, it properly fits in and it's just one texture, but that texture is meant for that mesh. Okay, so make sure you guys do it that way and it should work properly. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to do it for all of the meshes, but I'm going to fast forward this part so that by the time you're done within 2 seconds, the whole ship is textured. Okay, so if I go really fast, just remember how I told you to do it. Just do it the same way, but do take your time. Okay, let's do it. Okay guys, so if you did it properly, you should be having a ship looking something like this. Okay, the texture is correspond very well to the mesh because it was unwrapped and put together from that unwrapped mesh. Okay, and so if we unclick the doors, it's your hull for your jet fighter should look something like this. Okay, it's pretty cool, it's pretty cool looking. All right, so that's pretty awesome, guys. And so now I wanted to show you guys the gribble and also the weapons. And so for the gribble, because they're just part of the KITBASH, you can choose. I chose this one instead because it's the best one for it. Okay, so go to real part 1 and go to texture, and this is best for it. So just click on that and there it is, just like that. Okay, and so same thing, just bring the gloss and then bring the normal map and then just take that down to about 50 and 70, and that's it for that. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the weapons together because I just wanted to make sure that we're doing this so it makes sense for us. Okay, so for the weapons, we'll go ahead and take care of the missiles right now. I mean, it's very much the same concept, you know. So missile turret, textures, and but the reason I want to show you guys so that you don't freak out when you get to it. Okay, even though if you don't know which is which, it doesn't matter because I already color coded everything for you guys, so it's one texture for everything. Okay, so that's the one thing I wanted to show you guys so that you guys wouldn't be freaking out. about, oh my gosh, which is which, where it's gonna go, and that's how it's supposed to look like. Okay, it's red, red, black, black, and the last one is black. Boom, just like that. Okay, so then all you have to do next is just put your gloss and your normal, and that's about it. All right, that being said, I'm gonna fast forward this part again. Alright guys, so if you did it right, it should look something like this. Your ship should look something like this. Alright, very simple, very easy. Within about 40 minutes we're able to create this, of course, because of the cheat KITBASH that I give you guys for it. Something really quick here that I want to show you guys for this, so you guys don't get confused either. So for this, the black piece on the inner part of the gun, you actually have to use this texture. Okay, for the bottom part and the piece here, the whole entire gun and the bottom part is texture 2, but for the black piece center here, it's texture 1. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you guys, and that's about it. Alright, let's go ahead and take this into After Effects and just see what it looks like. Alright, boom, like that. It's magic. Alright, very cool looking, guys. And now that we actually have a texture on, let's go and click here to view 2, and let's make sure it's like this, and we'll go from the top, click this icon, and let's just rotate our camera to give us just a different kind of lighting. Alright, we do want different kind of lighting now because everything looks pretty cool. And let's just put it right here for fun. Okay, let's go back to our first view and click on your camera icon, and let's just look through it. Okay, once again, the textures are 4K, so they're pretty high. Alright, and so you can literally get very close to it and it's still gonna look pretty good. Within, I don't know, 40 minutes I think, we were able to create this ship right here. So we have engines back here and it looks like this, and we got our guns right there. We even have a jet hull, and that is why I think this tutorial is so cool, because I created this jet hull for this whole entire ship, where the jet fighters can go into, where the cockpit goes into the jet fighter and the jet fighter goes into the jet hull here from this Corvette ship. Super cool, and you guys saw the scene that I created for at the start of the video too. Okay, so if you guys found my tutorial extremely helpful, or you just thought it was really cool, guys, please like and subscribe. It always helps me make more videos like this for you guys. Okay, plus I will always try to create something for free that you guys can download too. I think this Corvette ship looks super awesome. Okay, that being said, I do want to thank the creators for the 3D weapons that they gave us for free. That's super awesome. Go to CG Trader and find all these wonderful artists. Also, what is my next tutorial? The next tutorial is we're gonna try to create a halo ring from the movie Halo, and I'm gonna shoot some real life footage, and I'm gonna try to incorporate a 3D mesh of a halo ring into real life footage, and then do some CGI of a ship flying from Earth to see the halo ring itself. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe, and if you like what I do, let me know too. Leave some comments, thumbs up, thumbs down, it's okay. Let me know if you like this or not. Once again, guys, you have been part of my ZooPF visual effects channel. My name is Lobo, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye now.